Hello pilots and welcome to another Eve Echoes video. I'm Gromeyer and this is going to be part 3 of my solo PvP series. So far I've been having some pretty good success in my Arbitrator 3 Covert Ops, but I am looking to branch out to some new ships, so you might see some new ships in this video and videos coming up soon. I have a few ideas of different things I want to use and might take some suggestions from other people who were watching as well. So if you have a suggestion for a ship you want to see me trying to hunt solo in or trying to use in a video, just feel free to comment down below. Alright, looks like we've scanned something down in an asteroid belt here as I log in, so we're going to warp to it quick without seeing what ship it is and just get there as fast as possible, see if we can lock something down. And we've got a solo orca here, so this is going to be a tough fight. A lot of health on these things. We're going to try and get in close so we can use our disruptor and our scrambler, really lock this ship down just in case it's not running any warp stability. But that is going to put us at risk for any large neutralizers that this ship has, so let's hope he's not carrying it, let's hope he's not warp stable, and put out as much DPS here as we can, see if we can maybe burst it down or catch him AFK. I know people have given me some advice on zooming in and seeing if the ship is turning, getting ready to warp away, trying to bump it so it kind of messes up with the warp. But I'm still working on my manual piloting here, so give me some slack for a little bit. I'll try and practice some more. For now, I'm just going to try and do a close orbit here, lock him down as much as I can, and hopefully we can outlast with our extra capacitor that we have. This player still seems to be mining, so hasn't recalled their drones yet to launch any combat drones at us, so we're in pretty good shape at this point. As always, we want to keep our eyes open on local, make sure we're watching that to see if there's any spikes, anybody that might come and help out. Drones are doing a pretty good job so far. Doesn't look like this thing has much tank. I don't know if it's repping or not, but we're doing some good work on its shields, and most orcas, if they do fit for tank, are going to be shield tank. So it looks like we're wearing them down here. We can get another drone bomb off right here. Put on some more pressure, try and get him into armor. He is targeting us back now. Got that yellow box in the top right. Looks like he has recalled the mining drone, so we're going to be getting a volley here pretty soon of some backup combat drones that this orca is going to be carrying. We'll see how well we can take that damage. Yep, here it comes, trickling in. Doesn't look like it's too bad. We are going to be able to get into its armor. I want to keep a warp on this one to avoid as much damage from the drones as I can. I believe these were large drones that I was going up against. There's a MK9 Wasp. We'll go ahead and get that targeted, see if we can deal with that quickly. I don't know how well my drones are going to go against this, if it can take it down fast enough, but we'll switch over here because I am taking a little bit too much damage and I do not have a repairer on this ship. This is that point of time where I wish I had fit a medium repair instead of a DCU, but we'll see if we can take these drones out quickly. Put on our DCU now that we're into armor. We are getting capacitor drained here with a large newt, so yeah, we're going down to 23%. There's another neutral just popped into local. We are not able to take out his drones very quickly, and yeah, because I had to orbit a little bit wider, I lost that scrambler and he warped away. Which is probably for the best because we were getting drained on capacitor pretty heavy and we don't have a way to rep. So a little disappointed with that. I might go back and change my fitting a bit, but honestly, there's not much else I could have done in that scenario. I think if I had a medium armor repair and a battery instead of the DCU and the damage mod, I might be able to just burst them down and ignore those drones that came out, but we gave it a shot. Alright, here is a scenario in which I chose to take a fight with a Fiend.
Yeah, you get him, Grumpire. Remember that 9 billionist kill mail?
No, Grommy. You know that was mostly luck. Risking it twice is playing with fire.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Yeah, that a boy, Gromlin.
Oh, dear.
I tested out his speed before this, just kind of uncloaked at a distance and had him chase me, and I thought that I was maybe 1 or 2 kilometers faster than him, so I was going to try and hold an orbit around him and see if I could take it, but turns out that my calculations were a little bit off and he's about maybe half a kilometer faster than me. So I get stuck in the bubble here, and we're on a straightaway. And even with my micro warp drive, I am not able to keep the distance, and he's slowly creeping up on me. This is going to be one of those hindsight situations where instead of fitting that capacitor rig, I probably should have fit another auxiliary thruster rig, but we didn't know we were going to be in this specific situation, and it just did not work out for us. So as you can see, he is closing in the distance here, 20 kilometers, 19 kilometers. I'm not able to do near enough damage to him because my drones are basically chasing him. They're not getting a chance to orbit at their optimal. And Fiends have afterburner, so he's probably got capacitor for days. I'm not going to win this on a straightaway. Eventually he's going to catch up. So just super unfortunate that the choice of rigs really backfired on me on that instance. I guess I'm going to need to learn that not all Fiends are going to be fit for DPS. This one was definitely fit much better than the Fiend I fought in the first Arbitrator 3 video. And it's about this point where I just, yeah, it's pretty much over. You realize that you can't pull away from him. He's slowly creeping up on you. You can't warp away because he's got that dictor bubble up. And so you're kind of a sitting duck. I built this ship to outrun battleships, and it completely backfired. All right, we got one last chance at this. If I can turn around real quick and he misses his scrambler, I might be able to get back out of his bubble while he has a slow turn. No, he was right on top of it. I think that slow creep just had him ready, probably spamming that warp scrambler button. And once my micro warp drive is turned off, I am a sitting duck. This is definitely the weakness of the kite ship, going up against another cruiser that is just a little bit faster than you. You're not going to do much against, especially a faction cruiser. I have these issues with Cinnables. I have the issues with Fiends. Just anything else that's faster than the Arbitrator 3 that you can't kite, it's going to be really, really difficult to take it down because they on average, I want to say they have more tank and more DPS. So now we're at a little bit more of a stop here. Our drones are doing better damage, but he still has he has that extender that he can pop. Our DCU is going to run out, and he's just going to wear us down. So this fight is over, and it's a lesson learned. Don't don't pick a fight with a Fiend. Don't pick a fight with a Dictor if you're not fast. If you can't outspeed them, they will catch you, and there's nothing you can do. We'll just turn all our mods off here, raise the white flag, and look forward to the next fight. All right, good fight. We'll rebuild, and we'll get back out there. All right, I've decided to go with something a little bit different here, a little bit faster. This is the Bellicose III Covert Ops. It looks gold cored, but it is not. It is a regular purple core, but I happen to do the color scheme in gold, so it looks a little fancier. So we'll quickly go through the fit that I am going to be using. This is still going to be built primarily for solo hunting battleships. We'll kind of see how it does against other things as well. Okay, so comparing it to the Arbitrator 3 Covert Ops, we're dealing with just a missile ships here. We've got 4 Pitham C-type missiles. This is for max range, max damage. We're at about 27 kilometers on that, not counting our bonuses on the ship. So we're actually at about almost 47 kilometers, which is really far out. We don't have to be that far out because our disruptors won't reach, but definitely got the range on this ship if we need it. Still gonna go with the top-end Explorer red scanner here for finding ships. And we got our Predator warp disruptors. Now I've chosen to go with 2 Predator warp disruptors just because we're definitely gonna be at range on this. We do not wanna be close up. Our missiles will not apply any damage close up. We still have the tracking disruptor, which is going to sit comfortably there at the 46 kilometer range. We've got 1 drone on here, just a general MK9 Valkyrie. Went with another blue micro warp drive. You want to be as fast as possible in this ship. A little bit of a damage boost here with the damage mod, capacitor battery. So there's another difference from our Arbitrator 3. And we've got a Covert Ops cloak, MK9. For the rigs, I've chosen to just go with pure DPS rigs. 2 bay loading accelerators for the increased missile activation time, and a damage bonus rig as well. And I've gone with 3 auxiliary thruster rigs on the engineering side. We want to be literally as fast as possible in this ship. It is super fragile, and that is our only defense. Okay, for the purple core, I've gone with the Trailblazer core again. I wish I could have worked on this a little bit more had I had a little bit more money or materials. I ended up with a crappy roll for flight velocity and warp scrambler range instead of the warp disruptor range. So that really, really hurt the optimal build for this ship, but I just ran out of resources. Ideally, especially for this build, I don't want the scrambler. I want the warp disruptor range. We're not even using a scrambler with this build, so something to take note of when you're going to be building your own. But yeah, comparing the two ships, you can see we have a higher DPS, higher flight speed overall, but we definitely have less burst than the Bombard and Planned Arbitrator 3, and we are definitely struggling with that short disruptor range. So we'll take this out. We'll see what we can run into. I'm probably going to try to avoid anything small, and we're just going to look for big targets. The other change that I made here that I didn't show in this fit was that I changed the range GU for the tracking disruptor to a tracking speed reduction GU. That's because we're actually going to be orbiting at a closer range, and so I'm going to be purely basing this off of my speed. We're going full speed here, instead of trying to lower their range and going a little bit slower on the Arbitrator 3. But again, if you can get this disruptor range out past 36, 36 is a little bit too tight for my liking. If you can get that to around 38, 39 ideally, I think that would be a lot better to avoid the large neutralizers, large NOSes from the battleships. All right, so we've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start here. Haven't been able to find a whole lot of targets for this Bellicose, but looks like we've got something sitting in an asteroid belt here. So we're gonna click on our asteroid belt, just warp straight to it. We're not gonna scan the target down. We wanna get there as soon as possible. And this is a little bit risky because you could be warping into a fleet of mining ships or a ship guarding the mining ships. So always be ready to warp off in case something else is in the system or it's just too much to handle. But your best bet is to just get there as quick as possible and hope you find a good target before they can get away. When warping towards the asteroid field, make sure you turn your cloak off so you don't have that cloak delay as well. All right, we got a coveter here, sitting at 0 on the asteroid belt. That's always a bad idea. Going to be able to pretty much instant lock here because we turned our cloak off. And we're going to orbit tightly. We want to be about 3 kilometers. We don't have to be far away from this. Our missiles are going to apply equal damage if we're close up or far away. And ooh, nice big chunk there. Liking the damage from that. We got 6 points of stab on him. Let's hope he doesn't fit anything. Another huge hit. Wow, I have not. This is actually my first time fighting Coveter 2 in these ships. And oh, another one. This thing's going to go down quickly. Not even a chance. 4 hits, massive damage onto that Coveter 2, and it's gone. Let's pick up our loot, and we will skedaddle. Okay, let's pull up the kill mail. 985 million. That's a nice kill mail. This is actually my first Coveter 2 kill. I didn't get any mining ships on my Arbitrator 3, but this one went down real quick. I think 4 hits took it out real fast, so a lot of damage from this ship. And oh, yep, I think I found the problem. We've got 3 AFK rigs fit to this Coveter 2. And I say this time and time again, you're never gonna win a fight with AFK rigs. I don't even know why they're in the game. Honestly, they should really just take those out of the game. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit away from the solo hunting here. I've got my first partner, Cannonmaker. Say hi, Cannonmaker. It's okay, he's shy. We'll move on. Anyway, we're going to be looking for a little bit bigger target. We're still hunting for battleships, but with our combined DPS, we should be able to take things down a little bit quicker. So he's going to be in an Arbitrator 2. I've got my Bellicose 3, and I'm going to be scan tackle looking for a target here. Okay, looks like we got a lot of things coming up on anomalies and asteroid belts. I'm going to check the asteroid belt first just because there's so many in local. We're going to do our same trick and just warp straight to the asteroid belt. Hopefully it's not a glowing dot that I'm looking at accidentally. But once we land, we can scan. If there's nothing in this belt, we can scan and see that anomaly and see if there's a ship in that area. If this is empty, at least it'll provide a little bit of cover, a little bit of safety for a few seconds. All right, so this one is empty. Either they're cloaked or they warped away. I'm going to go ahead and double tap into the distance here and hit my cloak and double check my scan and just see what comes up for that anomaly that I saw a glowy dot at. All right, another Balhorn. We fought these before, but we haven't fought them in a Bellicose 3, so we're going to give this a shot. We have a partner. Let's call him in. We know our target, and I'm still getting used to doing typing while playing. It's a little bit of an adjustment here, but we're going to warp in, stay cloaked, maintain our same distance, see if we can catch this guy before he gets away. All right, landing here, still in the anomaly. Pretty good distance, a little bit of far away. I want the extra DPS, so I really would like to tackle this guy while the NPCs are spawning. So we'll see if we can time this out correctly. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go for it. I don't want to lose this. We got two people. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Okay, fresh spawn on the NPCs here. He probably doesn't see us on the overview. That'll give us the extra 6 seconds. And we're gonna get our orbit here. Get our tracking disruptor on there. Call in for assistance. Oh, my orbit's set incorrectly. My disruptors don't have this guy tackled. I have my orbit range a little bit too far out. Let's see if we can get back in here. 33 should be enough. Oh, man. Get there, get there. Plenty of time to warp off. Looks like he wants a fight.
We're under attack.
There we go, finally in range with our disruptors here. We're going to apply as much DPS as we can. We have a lot of people in local, a little bit less than when we started. There was actually 9 here, so we're looking pretty good, but we want to keep our eyes open for anybody to pop in. I'm going to set my orbit up a little bit tighter because I don't want to drift out of range here. And our arbitrator partner's coming in. So far, so good. I don't know. It looks like he's yellow boxing me still, so I don't know if he's actually tried to hit me yet, but haven't taken any damage. We are at about 50% capacitor, but we have that battery, so we'll pop that, keep ourselves up. We don't want to get drained. We want to take this down to as low HP as possible before we have to take off. I believe he's targeting my partner here. He's targeting Cannonmaker. So we're in a pretty good situation here. We're doing about 2,300 with our volleys at a good orbit, 2 disruptors. Capacitor's not too bad. Hopefully we can last long enough for our battery to come back.
We're under attack.
I think the extra tracking disruptors from having 2 ships is really playing into our favor as well. He is taking down the NPC rats, so we aren't going to have as much DPS on him pretty soon. I am getting below 20% capacitor. That's not comfortable, but we're not doing too bad health-wise. He hasn't hit me yet. Got him down below half armor here. I wish I could speed up the DPS, but I've already used my mod for that. So we're just going to have to wait him out, and hopefully... Okay, here we go. Oh, Cannonmaker's coming back here. Looks like he had to warp off for capacitor issues or taking too much damage. So now we have 2 ships attacking him again. This should go a little bit quicker. Balhorns are really tough, really hard to deal with. Arbitrator's going to launch his drone bombard. Get a little bit of extra DPS here. Try to eat through his whatever tank or repair he's using. He's still taking out these battleships, so I don't know if they have him also locked down or if he's just unable to hit us, so he's trying to take out as much DPS on him as possible, but I haven't been attacked once. I think all the capacitor issues that I'm having are just based on my own mods that I'm using. So we won't get to see if we can avoid his attacks, but we are doing a pretty good job here. We're going to pop our battery, we're going to pop our DPS mod again, and we've gotten him into hull here. This is looking great. Small addition to local here. We got 6 now instead of 5. And we're just going to keep applying the pressure. We're doing more damage now that he's in hull. He's definitely armor resisted. 3,400 coming in from the missiles. He's trying to repair armor, but I don't think he either has the capacitor to do it or he can keep up with the damage that we're putting out here. About half hull now. Looking smooth.
We're under
Big
attack.
volley on that one. 5,100 damage. Oh, we got a neutral. We got another ship coming in here. We got to take this out. Cinnable. Perfect. Not perfect. We'll see who he chooses to go after, cannonmaker or me.
Capacitor running low.
We're so close on this ball. I don't want to let it get away. I'm not warping off. I want to take this thing down even if it costs me my ship here.
Warning.
And a couple more hits. Man, this is close. That Cinnable's closing in. Looks like he's choosing me.
Warning.
A little bit of a repair there from the battle horn, but we eat it up. And taking it down. Let's get off another volley.
We're under attack.
3,300. Oh, I'm taking damage. And I'm scrammed. Come on. Yes! We got our target. Time to switch over to the Cinnable. See what we can do. He has me scrammed. I'm at low capacitor. I'm probably going to go down pretty quick here. Yeah, can't get away from him. Disruptor's on. Tracking disruptor on, but it's not going to matter when he has such a tight orbit.
Warning. Capacitor running low.
Cinnable pops his extender right there to avoid the damage from both of us at the same time, just so he can outlast here. I don't have the DCU like I have in my arbitrator, and this is pretty much a one-sided fight. So this is what happens when a Cinnable will catch you in a Bellicose. There's nothing you can do. You're not going to be able to out DPS it. My ship is made to fight battleships, and you can see we took down that battleship, but fighting other cruisers, I'm just not going to have a chance here. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to get him into armor here. Can't warp away. Still got me scrammed, still got me webbed, and we're going to go down, but in a blaze of glory. All right, so let's take a look at this kill mail. 4.4 billion. My first Battlecorn kill. Couldn't have done it without Cannonmaker there. Definitely a defensive fit. He went 3 webs, but this is definitely for ratting. And he just couldn't hit us. Couldn't get to our range. So this explains why he was going after the ratting ships. Very nice. Nice to have a partner for once. And definitely could not have taken out that ship with the Cinnable response had I been solo. So this is why it pays to have friends sometimes. As much as I love the solo playstyle, there's definitely a reason why strength in numbers is a phrase in this game. So one last look, you can see the Bellicose at 1.4 billion, but our Balgorn kill at 4.4. So I will take that trade. We're going to share that with Alliance, and I will see you guys in the next video.